Hello everyone, I'm Alex, and in this video I'm gonna talk to you about my experience with Andrew Tate. I have worked for him for about 9 or 10 months, and I'm gonna tell you from the beginning to the end everything, the good and the bad stuff. Let's start with the good stuff. Let's say for about 3 or 4 months I was not a lot in contact with him. I just did my work. After I proved myself I was a good working guy and had some result, then our relationship, let's say that way, intensified in a, I thought then, in a better way. So which means that only after a few months I was able to be more in contact with him directly. And I have to say that at the beginning it was an amazing experience. Of course, I was happy. I told everyone, hey, I was with Andrew Tate, I'm working for him, and so on and so on. So he and his team, after they accepted me in their, let's say, inner circle, they were very hospitable. They always offered you food, they always made you feel accepted, they always gave you some presents. And I have to say, he never yeah, he is rich, but he never, uh, stopped paying you, or deducted money from you for any reason. Or he was very honest, and you can see that he has some really good values regarding the money. So if he said he's gonna pay you, he's gonna pay you. I cannot say anything about it. So this is the first good thing, hospitality, and of course he paid everything he's supposed to pay. I have to say, even more than that, he paid even more. He gave presents. Of course, it is a reference for a future work, so I have to say that this is a nice, uh, financially looking nice business, or a nice period of my life. Is there anything else good? Let's say I learned about many stuff by being in contact with him and his team. He has very smart team. He's also very smart, very very calculated guy, very strategic guy. People think that he's just talking weird stuff on internet, but that's not the case. Some people are passing by, so I'm just looking. The way they're looking at me is so funny. So you learn a lot by hanging out with those guys, because they're really smart people, huge majority of them very successful people. And if you're able to listen, if you're able to understand what is a BS and what is a joke and what is really a knowledge, then you can get a lot from them by hanging out with them. So those are, let's say, three things that are very good. I'm very grateful for that. And of course, I would say this part I would always repeat. Now let's go to the worst part, or I'm not going to say worst part, but the part that I didn't like. As I said, I have worked for 9-10 months. I was working in a, let's say, digital world for him, and I was basically doing what he wanted me to do, regarding, of course, in digital world. Let's say he said, I want to make this video, this and this, or I want to get this information, or I don't want to go too much into it, but let's say I'm good with many softwares, and I can do a few things. So in that regard, I have done really a lot of good work. He also said, and his team also said, I did good work, and they have shown appreciation for that. Slowly, after months, once they accept you, once you show results, they accept you even more, and then you get to hang out with them more. I would even say that all in all, I don't have this experience as a negative experience, but more like a warning, and I'm going to tell you now why. See, Andrew Tate, as I said, is very calculated, very strategic person, and in that regard means that he knows what he's doing, and of course he's doing it for himself. He's extremely focused on his life, what he wants, what he thinks, and he's living, in a way, I'm the king and everyone else. I'm not gonna say peasant, but you get the feeling that you're much lower than him, of course, in that hierarchy. And hierarchy is not a bad thing. If you want some order, you have to have it, right? But there are some experiences when he doesn't even make an effort for you to feel like a peasant, or let's not say peasant, but much smaller than him. You can obviously see it in his interviews also, and that is most probably some narcissistic part of him that blues out wherever it can. It can happen with his, closer or distant friends. It can also happen with women, as you know, because for him, it looks like everything is subjected to him. He is the king of the universe, as he talks about, right? And believes, and everyone else is, second, third, fourth place. So I would say that by doing this, many of the guys and girls that are working for him are making worse results, because they sooner or later they get some resentment because of it, because it is constant, and therefore the results drop. People don't even care about that much, and eventually they want to go away from him. That's why people get feeling or are accusing him that he is a misogynist, that he is talking bad or looking down on women or on other people. I don't want to go into details about his accusations. I just want to say that most of those accusations are probably right from my experience. And does it mean he's a bad person? Depends. Depends how much he cares about you, but regardless of how much he cares about you, you get that feeling. But is he a bad person? I would say no, he isn't a bad person. But still, you can feel like he is a bad person if you, or let's say some woman that got just in contact with him, and she only gets to experience the bad way of him, not the good way, and therefore of course you think this person is a bad person. So I understand when people are accusing him. So why don't I work with him anymore? I wouldn't even say that's the first reason. Money wise it was great, but his demands are so constant, and everything is so, I want that, I don't care, I want that, I don't care. So if you want to work for him, you have to forget about your own life, I would say. So those two things were the bad ones in that relationship. He's definitely all about him, and definitely very demanding person. So in my conclusion, I just want to say to you that everything I said, of course, is not true. I never worked with Mr. Beast. I just wanted to show you how easy it is to jump on a trend and join the accusations and talking about someone like you know him, even though you don't. I never met him, I don't know him. So everything I said was, of course, not true. But I just want to say to you how easy it is to accuse someone without having a zero information or knowledge who he really is. So don't do it, guys. Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, don't take it as a personal attack. I just wanted to show everyone how easy it is to talk against Andrew Tate, because it's so popular. So yeah, I'm not one of those, I don't know a guy, I'm not accusing him of anything. If anything, he looks like a, I would say, very smart person and successful. So without going further, thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.